Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you about an interesting work injury case that I got a call about. And so this video topic is about federal workers' comp. Okay, what to do if you got hurt if you are a federal employee and you do federal workers' comp. So the first thing you need to know about federal workers' comp is it is very, very hard to find an injury lawyer who will take your federal workers' comp. So who's covered by federal workers' comp? The people who are covered by federal workers' comp are post office employees. Basically, if you work for the federal government, if you get hurt at work, you don't get to operate under the state's workers' comp law. So let's say you're in Illinois, you get hurt in Illinois, you're a workers' comp, it's for sure a work injury. But if you work for the federal government, then federal law preempts state law, and federal workers' compensation laws and procedures work. Now, the procedure in federal workers' comp is essentially set up to cut the assistance of a lawyer out. So without getting into too much technical detail, the reason it's hard to find an attorney to do a federal workers' comp case is the rules and the procedure limit how much a lawyer can really help you. And it's a pretty tough system for an injured worker. So what I'm going to suggest to you is, if you have a federal workers' comp case, I don't currently do them in my office right now. I've never handled a federal workers' comp case. The lawyers I know, even the ones who used to handle them, don't handle them anymore because they're a lot of work. The procedure is, essentially, from my perspective, the procedure is set up to give you what they want to give you and cut you off when they want to cut you off. Now, am I saying a lawyer can't help you in a federal workers' comp? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I always think it's a great idea to get a consultation from a lawyer, no matter what kind of injury case you have. But the lawyer you get the consultation from may not take that kind of case. So in the case of the lady I consulted with over the weekend, I was talking to her about her case, and I gave her some sound advice, right? Basically, her situation was that her supervisor was being a little bit aggressive with her. She chose more conservative treatment. Her doctor thinks she needs a surgical procedure. She wanted to try conservative treatment, and I don't blame her for that. In fact, I think that's smart. I mean, unless you literally cannot function, if there's a conservative treatment option for you, then it's usually perfectly okay for you to say, look, before I go under the knife, I want to exhaust all other possibilities. In fact, that's sort of the way I feel too. If anybody ever told me I needed surgery, I would definitely get a second opinion, unless it was something obvious like a broken arm or something like that. And even still, I might want to talk to a second doctor about the kind of surgery and what my expected outcome is, and stuff like that. So end of the day, that's pretty much what I talked to with this lady, and I explained to her, I don't do federal workers' comp. I'm not set up to do it, and even though I've never handled one myself, I've got friends who've handled them, and none of them do it anymore. Now, there are a couple of lawyers I know who handle federal workers' comp, and I will often give them my friend's phone number, and I'll call my friend and say, hey, look, I've got a couple for you. See if you can help these folks. But it's not always a situation where it's easy to do. I definitely don't do them. It might be that other lawyers have figured out a way to efficiently handle them and actually help people. I think it's a tough system. So if you've been injured and you're a post office employee, I mean, that one's actually very common, because if you're a mail carrier, very common for people to trip and fall or get attacked by a dog or chased by a dog or things of this nature. But, really, end of the day, you're very limited in what you can do. You can't sue in regular court. You can't sue in state workers' comp court. You're forced into the federal workers' comp program. The one thing that I can tell you about federal workers' comp is it does seem that they put you into the system and you're able to get medical care. Like sometimes in state workers' comp cases, there's a dispute or a controversy regarding getting you into medical care because they, if they claim the accident didn't happen at work or things of this nature, they can dispute all that. Based on the people I've talked to, that position in federal workers' comp pretty much never happens. It's pretty rare. But short of that, dealing with the bureaucracy, it's my impression of it, and I could be wrong because I don't handle the cases, my impression of the bureaucracy in federal workers' comp is it's pretty much their way or the highway. And, there's a little wiggle room for an attorney to help you, but it's not like a third-party case like a car crash or a dog bite, bar fight, nursing home abuse, med mal, fall down, however somebody gets hurt, or a work injury under state law. So they're tough cases. If this is what I'm going to tell you, if you have a federal workers' comp case and they're paying your benefits, maybe you don't want to rock the boat, because I cannot guarantee you if you call me that I'm going to be able to place you with one of my friends. The other thing is, if you do need to talk to a federal workers' comp lawyer, you can of course reach out to me and call and talk to me, and I might be able to answer your questions, but I may or may not be able to find a federal workers' comp lawyer for you because there's not many lawyers who help injured people who have federal workers' comp claims. So please keep that in mind. It's definitely not automatic, and it's definitely not guaranteed that I'm going to be able to find you a lawyer or that you'll be able to find a lawyer on your own. I have noticed that there's an upswing in law firms who take federal workers' comp, or at least advertise that they take federal workers' comp. Now, do they actually handle the cases? Do they actually know how to handle the cases? Of course, that's a different question. It's a different issue. But, these are things for us to think about. Of course, as always, I hope, listen, I'm not an expert on it, but I wanted to tell you what I know because this lady called me needing help, and, she's got a serious injury. But I'm not going to take a case that I'm not familiar with, and I won't take a case unless I think I can help the person. And in her situation, honestly, it sounded like she was getting all the benefits. She was getting paid while off work. She had been off work for a long time. They're paying all her medical. Her main concern was that her supervisor was being a jerk, but there's certain leeway for your supervisor to be a jerk. Pretty much across the board, depending on what you mean by that. So anyway, that's all I got to say to you today about federal workers' comp. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If I can do anything for you, give me a call, 312-500-4500, and stay tuned for my little video at the end of this one explaining some super cool offers. Okay? Thanks for watching. Hope you and the family are well. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer, or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be be worth. The other is called the good case calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.